Hi, I'm Matt Cole. Welcome to another episode of The Hub Show. And in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the questions that you've been answering over on the community tab, including stuff on your mountain biking skill levels, the type of riding you like to do, whether you wear gloves or not, and there's a short list of the bikes you think I should be taking a look at to get in 2021. Question number one, when do you wear gloves? And the options were never, every ride, and only when it's cold. 7% of you said never, 18% of you said only when it's cold, and then a whopping 75% of you said every ride. So we'll kick off with me first. I would say there should be another option, only when you take your gloves with you and don't forget them. But let's see what you're saying. So DT, when I'm doing sketchy shit. DT, God, does sound a bit sketchy. A little bit of a risk taker there. Anima, learned the hard way. Sliced my left index finger when I crashed badly without any gloves. Ouch. Now wearing gloves 24/7, even on relatively easy trails. Lesson learned there by Anima. Ethan says, I wear them every time and I learned it was good when I broke my finger, and without them on, it would have been much worse. Wow, that is some injury, but I don't know, would gloves have helped the broken finger? Jonathan Housen says, no glove, no love. 60% of the time, I ride with gloves all the time.
That doesn't make sense.
James Tamelty, recognise that name. Cheers, James. Always have the gloves on, protects the palms if there's fails. And living in Northern Ireland, I hate clipping a wind bush with the knuckles. A wind bush? What's a wind bush?
The yellow ones.
The yellow ones. No, never heard of wind bush. And to round it off on the gloves, MTB Playground says, when riding and doing some fixes to my bike. That's a good point. Many a time I've been undoing a pedal, putting a pedal on, slipped and cut my hand on the chainring. So that's a good little tip from MTB Playgrounds. On to the next question. The next question is, how would you describe your mountain biking skill level? And the options were beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert, other. Right, this gives us a little insight into all you cool cats out there. So 17% of you are beginners, 56% of you are intermediate, 23% of you are advanced, 3%, we got 3% of experts, and then 1% other. I'm interested to see what the other are. Okay, me, intermediate. Yeah, I'm happy with being intermediate, and that's cool. So let's see what you said. GMC says a graceful camel with bowed legs. So that must have been the other. Yeah, I'm guessing. Dan Pratt says, in much the same way Rolls-Royce described the immense power of their cars as adequate, my skills on my bike are also adequate. I love that one, Dan. Yeah, maybe we should have that option for the next one. Noah says chilling just below intermediate, but definitely above beginner. Yeah, I can relate. I think we found an expert. Peter says Fabio Widmer asked for my autograph. Wow. Peter, get in touch. Let's see some of your stuff. Sounds amazing. Markel Brugger says, I nearly hit a squirrel on a few occasions.
Does that make you an expert?
Yeah, I don't know. Were you aiming for the squirrel or was it an accident? William says, at first I was going to vote intermediate, but then beginner. While I've been road biking for quite a few years, it's only a few months that I began to ride MTB. Yes, William. Love that. And to round this one off, Charlie Roberts says, I'd say advanced with a couple of mountain bike skills, but when it comes to jumps, my technique isn't the best. Same, I'd love to be good at jumping, maybe one day. Next, what type of riding do you prefer? And the options were technical, leisurely, workout/race, fun, and then other. And it is an overwhelming result, this one. So 28% of you like technical riding, 3% of you leisurely, 7% workout/race, 60% of you are riding for fun, and 1% other. Me, I'm with the funsters. That's the only reason I do it. It's a good laugh. I love it. So let's see what you've been saying. Marching. You're getting involved again. That's brilliant. Nice one, marching. Slow technical ride downhill is one of the best things to do, but having a laugh with your mates while riding is even better. 100% agree. Nice one, marching. Seth says, I am more a big jump and drop kind of guy. The stuff that claps suspension. Oh, yes, Seth. JD Wells, JD's a constant commenter on our stuff. Nice one, JD. On Sunday, ride tech. On Monday, ride flow. On Tuesday, ride slow. On Wednesday, ride climbs. On Thursday, ride the recliner. Good one. On Friday, ride with friends. On Saturday, we shuttle astronauts to Mars to rip downhill back to Earth. Love that, JD. Bit of a Craig David vibe to that one. Sam says, of course, fun. That is a stupid questionnaire. Nice one, Sam. Thanks for that. And finally, James Harwood says, I love fun flow trails with lots of jumps and berms. Get in, James. Next question is, how are you with riding drops? The options are extremely confident, confident, nervous, not confident at all, and I have never tried. I think I'm fairly confident. Just hold on, see what happens, and hope for the best is my motto for drops. But this is what you said. So 9% of you are extremely confident, 42% confident, 33% nervous, 6% not confident at all, and 9% of you have never tried riding drops. Let us see what you've been saying about drops. Mark says, I can't see the option. I break bones when I try. Oh, Mark, gutted for you. Symmetricon 1982 says, only nervous when I think about it and only if greater than 8 foot. Stefan says, when riding a drop, confidence is key. If you know the correct technique and have the skills, do it. No matter the size of it, just trust yourself and commit. Good tip there, Stefan. G. Costa says, nervous when we're talking about a drop with approximately 2 meters of descendant area. Nice. Banana Stuff says, I prefer drops to jumps. Reese Lewis says, unless it's a curb, I have to hype myself up. I'm upgrading to a full sus soon, so hopefully that will help my confidence a little. Let us know how that goes, Reese. Sounds pretty good. Bit of progression there. And to finish it off, Johnny Snakes. Johnny's getting involved again, which is brilliant. Overly confident, then eat dirt. Then just confident. Yeah, story of my life. On to the next. And finally, how are you with riding rocky descents? Extremely confident, confident, nervous, not confident at all. I have never tried. So 10% of you are extremely confident, 54% of you are confident, 26% of you are nervous, 3% not confident at all, and 6% have never tried riding rocky descents. Me, a bit of a confident stupidity about it all, really. Just send it on and see what happens. So this is what you've been saying. Ant says, when you live in New England, you better be, or you won't enjoy riding very much. That sounds pretty cool, Ant. Interested to hear more about riding in New England. S. Holsrad says, loose rocks, not so confident. Hard packed rocks, quite comfortable with them. Nice one. MTB for Life says, I find that when we're doing smooth tracks, I'm not the fastest in my group, but when it goes rocky, that changes and it gets gnarly. Love that, MTB for Life. Curtis, I'm confident in most aspects of riding. Doesn't mean I'm any good though. Yeah, I can definitely relate to this one. And what's the worst that can happen with you there? I mean, you can break all your bones and be housebound.
Ow.
Logan Bingham says, I love the rocky parts. It's all shaky. Then when you're done, your arms feel funny. Oh, feel all shaky just reading it. Taka says, I ride a lot of loose rocks here in Chile. So you must be confident. Yes, love that, Taka. And to finish this one off, Ruben says, I live in northwest South Africa. If you don't like rocky descents, you don't like going down the hill. Yes, Ruben. Right, I'm excited for this one. In last week's show, I asked you to pick me a new trail full suspension bike. You had to head to the Chain Reaction Cycles website, have a little look, and leave a comment. So this is what you've been saying. This is really exciting. Ivan says, I would love to see what you think about the Vitas Escape. It looks prime to me. Joel says, I'd try the Cube Stereo. Nathan says, get a Vitas Summit or an Escape. Ty says, Vitas Mythique VRX 29 looks sick. Rene says, Commensal Meta 29. Now, Ren or Rene? Reen? Mr. Galan. Mr. Galan says, Commensal Meta 29. And I have looked at the 2021 Commensal bikes, and I think I might be with you on that. JD Wells, there's JD again. The new Escape Carbon looks lovely. New linkages, slight design change, 140mm, just what the doctor ordered. You might be right, JD. Davey B MTB says Nukeproof Mega RS. Fabian says you should get the new Vitas Escape 29 CRX. We've got some great suggestions there, so I'm going to go and take a look at them all and then come back next week and maybe I'll have decided. But we'll finish on this comment. Luke Rissa says this dude probably has a huge brain. What does that mean? Is that a compliment or what? Okay, that's it for this episode. If you want to get involved in next week's show, just head over to the community tab and answer our daily questions. Have a good weekend and happy riding. I'll stand firm, baby. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. How does a fly get in a little place like this?